All right, since we are a little short on time, I'm going to churn through this next one pretty quickly. As soon as I find the present button. So first of all, I'm going to say right up front, Wi-Fi statistics, this is applicable to public libraries only. So if you are from a school media center, you can just sort of check your email for a minute, unless you're just really interested in what we're doing with this. As most of you are no doubt aware, State Library Services in February announced that they were going to start requiring statistics on public wireless sessions in the 2016 annual report, which means reporting on 2015. Now that was in February, and those of you who are really astute may have noticed right up front, well, the reporting year's already started. So we're unfortunately just a little bit behind the 8 ball on this. The challenge is that many, I would say probably most, Wi-Fi routers and access points out of the box do not provide statistics on wireless sessions without some kind of additional solution. It takes time and or money to set up those kinds of solutions, depending on how much you're willing to pour into it. Since unfortunately we were already in our budget year, just dropping a lot of dollars on some kind of external solution wasn't really an option. We didn't really feel like we had a lot of time since this had already been announced that we were supposed to be collecting the data, but unfortunately we can make time easier than money, so that's what we had to do. So what are we going to do? We took a couple of months and developed an in-house solution for this. So this is something that we're not purchasing, it's something that we came up with on our own. The short version of it is when patrons start a wireless session, they will have to first connect via a splash screen. And that's kind of the ubiquitous, here's our terms and conditions, do you want to connect to the internet? Click yes. Now that is customizable by library. That's one cool thing about it. So if you've been wanting to have some kind of splash screen where you can put your use, terms of use information or some internet safety information or heck, library hours for that matter, you can actually do that with this as well. So you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But behind the scenes, when the user clicks that, patron, I should say, when the patron clicks that splash screen to say OK, then it gets counted as a wireless session. We have successfully tested this at Winona Public Library, Stewartville Public Library, and Kenyon Public Library, so thanks to all of them for being willing to be our guinea pigs. Everything so far has worked pretty well. We've been running this for over a month now, so we're pretty satisfied that it is going to work. And our goal is to get this set up for all public libraries by the end of July. Hopefully sooner, but we wanted to give ourselves just a little leeway there. The implementation at your library is pretty quick. Only takes about 15 minutes, but unfortunately that's 15 minutes where we've got to shut down your router. So you will be off the internet, which means where possible we would like to do this during hours that you're closed. So we're willing to try and be flexible with you on that. If you can come in a half hour, an hour before you open or stick around a little bit after you close, we can try and work with you on that. For the moment, just continue maintaining Wi-Fi statistics using whatever non-digital means you care to try. Manual counting, sampling. This is not a new issue. The State Library report has always, the annual report has always asked you to maintain door counts, for example. Not every library has a door counting system. So this is not a new thing. The annual report has often asked for statistics for which a library might not have an automated solution. Use those same guidelines. Maybe some manual counts, maybe you pick 3 or 4 days out of the year and you really try hard to count the sessions on those and then extrapolate the data. The same strategies that you've used for other means can work here. I have talked to people at State Library Services. They are aware of the timing. They had some issues of their own that caused this to come out the way it did. They understand that they dropped this on us after the start. So they understand that for this first year at least, some of your stats are going to be a little more manual. So Don't worry about them. They're going to be okay about it. And if by some chance they do say something, refer them to me. And I will be happy to continue the conversation with them that we've already had. The last thing I would say is that Tom is doing the setup on that. Tom, you might want to wave your hand so everyone knows who you are. He is here and willing to work with anyone who wants to go ahead and schedule something after this meeting. Otherwise, you'll be hearing from him in the next week or so probably to start setting up times. We've actually already begun implementing at a few libraries, so we're trying to get the ball rolling on this. In the interest of time, I will just ask, are there any quick questions? If something comes up that you didn't think about here, just give me a shout and I'll be happy to talk to you about it.